I want to share with you today specific things that successful people do differently. One of the things successful people do differently is that they're specific, not just about their goals, not just about what they want. Successful people are specific about the barriers to getting what they want. Now this is crucial. Some people might say to me, Paul, I want to lose weight. That's their goal. They want to lose weight, certain number of kilograms by the end of December, for example. Okay? One of the things I like to ask them is, what are you going to start doing differently? And they might say, I'm going to go to gym 6 a.m. every morning. I like to then ask them about the barriers. I like to then say to them, what are the barriers to getting what you want? And they might say to me, well, Paul, I struggle to wake up early in the morning, especially during winter. And I say to them, okay, is that the real barrier or is there something else? What causes you to struggle to wake up early? And they might say, well, I tend to go to bed too late. Okay, then we know that's the real barrier. Now people who end up a success in life, they're specific about the barriers. They're aware, knowingly or unknowingly, it's been found that they're aware of the barriers to their success. So that person who's aware that what's causing me to get out of bed late is the fact that I'm going to bed too late. What they do is they create steps to overcome those particular barriers. Now this is crucial. They create steps to overcome those barriers. So they begin to find out, why am I going to bed too late? They change their lifestyle. They tweak out and weed out whatever's causing that behavior, and they make sure they're in bed before 10, for example, before 10 p.m. Right? So that's an example of what successful people do differently. They're fully aware of the barriers. Question I have for you is, what are the barriers to your success? Is it certain people? Are there certain people that you are afraid of? Is it your poor time management? Is it lack of organization? Often when I speak to people about time wasters in their lives, they'll say, well, Paul, I'm always looking for things. I'm always looking for things on my computer. And we all go through this, don't we? If you've got a lot of things on your computer, you find yourself always pressing that search button. And then everything pops up and it's like 3 versions of a particular thing. And you're asking yourself, which version is the correct one? Okay? So you've got time wasters in your life that might be barriers to your success. Maybe it's certain relationships you have with people. And what I often say to people is, if that's a barrier, you need to do something about it. Powerful people know how to manage their relationships. Powerful people know how to manage their relationships. You might need to say to yourself, what are the new relationships I need to initiate? Because I need to initiate them to enlist the support of this person in order to accomplish certain goals of mine. And a barrier is the fact that I'm too afraid or too intimidated by that individual. I'm hiding from love. The very people that are being sent into my life for me to connect with, to take me to the next level, I find myself running away from them. Maybe you're hiding from love in that particular way. What are the relationships you need to initiate? What are the relationships you need to nurture that you're not nurturing? That could be a barrier, and it happens a lot. What are the relationships you need to terminate because they are barriers? I know someone who had to do this recently, where they had to actually have a strong conversation with someone because they were moving in a different direction. So people who are successful are specific about the barriers, and then they create specific steps to overcome the barriers to their success. I really want to ask you that question. Write down the things that are hindering your success. Maybe it's fear. Maybe it's fear of uncertainty. Maybe you're in a situation where you're just not too sure of various things, where you're going in your life. Maybe it's your personal disorganization. Maybe the fact that you've listened to the naysayers, the people who are negative around you. You know what the barriers are. Ask yourself, what have other people told you are your barriers? Sometimes we don't see our blind spots. I still remember someone after a session coming to me and saying, Paul, I don't know my weaknesses. I don't know what my weaknesses are. And I found that an interesting comment, but some people have got blind spots and they're not even aware of them. Your blind spots, your negative blind spots, are those aspects of you where you really, really think you're good at something, but people are saying, girl, you ain't all that. Okay? You also have positive blind spots. Positive blind spots are those things you think you're terrible at. But other people look around you and they say, man, you're brilliant. How do you do this? It comes so easily to you. And you just do it so quickly. So because of blind spots, you find that there could be barriers to getting what you want. What are your barriers? Create goals and steps to overcome those specific barriers. That's what successful people do differently. Thank you.